So that place where you are heading down, you are going to meet the caves, and instead of those caves, it's all going to find a thing to come to see. Like the first cave, it's where we always take our school students, go and study about some geographical rocks, the ones we call the stalagmites, stalactites. So those are growing rocks. These stalagmites, they grow from the ground of the cave. Those stalactites, they grow from the ceiling of the cave. After a period of time, they combine themselves and form what you call a pillar. So those pillars, they prevent that upper part of the cave from subsiding down. There's another, on that very cave, it's where we find what you call the Nyakasura Falls. There's a beautiful waterfall down there. Its water starts from the ranges of mountain range. And on top of the ranges, that snows that melts and form water. So it's where that water begins from. Then there's another second cave. Sometimes we call it a historical cave. It's where we find the rocks that form like the breast of a human being. You can see they have nipples. What is going to turn into that milky stuff like the other side? Those who have seen inside of the cave, we had that milky substance that was coming out from the what? The walls of the cave, the other side. So we call it calcium bicarbonate in science. But it's what most of the people see here and call no. Find like they are busy breathing. So we'll tell you this what is like to change. Then somewhere up we can see the bees. Those bees have been here for many years. They don't shoot. And the one they believe that could provide security at the king's palace. And that was Bokoko, the Chase dynasty. You know, kings of these days now are using good soldiers and guns to safeguard themselves. But Bokoko, the Chase dynasty, for him, he could use what? Dogs and bees. In case of an attack, he could command them to go and attack the enemy. The other side, I think the breast for the dogs here, the first column, the second column. If you make female dog, they are breast arranged. The first column, the second column. The dogs that need to work with a big blood in the parent. Then this one here, it came and formed like the ad of the cow. It's why they call the ad of the Togo cow. It has 4 teeth. It has 4 teeth, so with the time those teeth you find them dripping. Also the biggest stuff. Then somewhere up here, this one formed like the face of the chimpanzee. You can see the 2 eyes here, the nose, the mouth. The chimpanzee, they believe that for it could play with a princess called Nyamata or Nyinamwiru when she was still young at the king's court. So by the time one day the Abachwezi were disappearing out of these caves geographically, the Abachwezi we are talking about, they believe that they were the successors of the Tembuzi. At first there was the Tembuzi dynasty, but later on the Chwezi came and succeeded the what? The Batembuzi. And they also believe that the Abachwezi were demigods. They were not real human beings like us. Yes, sometimes they used to be like human beings, but they could change themselves into different things. Like today, you could meet a human being. Tomorrow, you find the cows eating on the hills. Another day, you find the fire eating in the bush. Another day, just hear the wind blowing. That's what the Abachwezi we are talking about now. And this place of Amabeere Ga Nyinamwiru here, where we are, they believe that it was occupied by those Abachwezi from around 13th or 15th centuries. Those are the kids of the earth, long time ago. There's another place called Babiito. Think about that place. It's in Zimbabwe. It's where they believe those Abachwezi had put their minor administration. Some of them, they were scattered, they were staying in this side of the region here. And this place here, they believe that it was owned by the king of the Chwezi dynasty called Bokoko. But that king called Bokoko, before he became a king at first, he started serving as the gatekeeper of the underground king called Isaza. Then on the earth there, they believe that there was another queen. She was called Namiyonga. Namiyonga, she was ruling the earthly empire, and she was a friend of Bokoko, the gatekeeper of the underground king. So one day Bokoko decided to come and visit Namiyonga, the queen of the earth. When he reached on the ground, before Namiyonga, the friend, she had gone to visit another friend in the forest. They waited for her to come back and attend a friend who cooked at the palace. But what happened, the place where she went, she didn't come back. She disappeared from there. So Bokoko, since he was the gatekeeper of the underground king, he had already gained some skills of leadership. So he came back on the ground, used those same skills and conquered the palace. So Namiyonga became the what? The king of the earth. After a period of time, he produced a princess from a slave. That princess was named Nyamata. She was named Nyamata because she was very beautiful like milk. Nyamata, that's milk. And the Abachwezi, they were cattle keepers, so they had to respect milk so much. The king named the princess Nyamata because she was very beautiful like milk. And after a period of time, she was also given the second name, Nyinamwiru. Nyinamwiru means the mother of the slave. You know the word Nyina means the mother. The Mwiru means the slave. She was given that name, the mother of the slaves, because she could spend most of her time in the slaves. She could take care of the slaves. So that's why they named her Nyinamwiru. And even she ended up falling in love with one of the slaves called Isimbwa, who was taking care of cows. But Bukuku, as the father, as the king, he had got a dream at first that if it happens, the princess Nyamata give birth to a baby boy, that baby boy is then who was supposed to become the what? The king. And for him as the king, he was supposed to be killed. So now he had to find all means how he could pivot the mission by looking for the man, an important man, who could not impregnate the princess. But the princess rejected that man. She had to proceed in a very serious relationship with the what? The old boyfriend Isimbwa. So the king got annoyed. He decided to deform the princess by chopping off her breast so that Isimbwa, the boyfriend, can lose interest in that girl. That's what the king did. He chopped off the breast of the princess and threw them in this cave here. So geographically, during the rock formation, those rocks we call the stalactites, they came and formed like those shapes of the what? All the breasts. And are the ones they call the breasts of Nyinamwiru now. And as I told you, during the rainy season, you find those nipples that busy dripping the milky stuff. It's what we call the calcium bicarbonate in science, if you have to go back in the side of carbonation. By the time the king chopped off the breast of the princess, she was already pregnant. So the king ordered his servants to go and construct a house where they could hide the princess until she gave birth. By the time of giving birth, the baby was a boy. The king ordered his servants again to go and kill that baby boy. The servants who were given the orders to kill the baby boy, instead of killing the boy direct, they went and made something like a basket. That's where they placed the baby and then threw him in the what? In the swamp. Then in the swamp there, they believe that there was a man called Charuvumbi. Charuvumbi means someone who makes pots out of clay, the potter. He was excavating clay to go and make pots. In the swamp, he saw that basket floating on water. He moved towards that basket. He found inside there is a baby boy. He rescued that baby boy, started taking care of him. And that baby boy, when he reached at a certain age, he was given a name Ndahura. You've heard of that name Ndahura? Ndahura means someone who got rescued out of danger. So they named him Ndahura. The Ndahura grew up knowing Charuvumbi was the father. And even he started grazing Charuvumbi's cows, the man who raised him. And that young boy, they explained to him each and everything that happened, how the grandfather wanted to kill him. That younger boy became very stubborn. Like the place where you used to take the cows to drink the water from, is where also Bukuku's cows, the grandfather, used to come and drink the water from. They were sharing one point. So this younger boy, after like letting his cows to drink the clean water, he could mix it with mud or disorganize the water to make it dirty, so that the Bukuku's cows can come and drink that water. The king got annoyed. He went to the swamp to meet that younger boy who was stubborn like that. When he reached there, he started exchanging words with that grandson. He got annoyed. He picked a spear to spear the grandson, but he missed. So that grandson picked that very spear and speared him. The king died, and the boy ended up becoming a king as it was in the dream. So that is the brief history I can give you about Amabeere Ga Nyinamwiru.